A little disappointing, I guess is the right word for today's close from the benchmark Nifty. It did sell off quite a bit towards the end of today's trade to slip below that 18,200 mark and then bounce back. Good evening, traders. We are on the 27th of October 21, 8:10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. You're looking at the 75-minute time frame of the near-month futures Nifty, which has its expiry slated tomorrow. Now, it was more of a consolidation for the first 4 bars. 75-minute time frame in the Indian equity market offers 5 candles. First 4 bars were more like a consolidation, and then it kind of gave away. Well, it did not take out yesterday's high. We were talking about the fact that it was a confident, comfortable move above 18,300 in yesterday's gains, and if it manages to even sustain above 18,200, 250, which is the short-term support, then we can expect another 100 points further up towards 18,450. So where do we stand? Post-close daily chart will reflect that 18,215. The index have created an inside bar, broke the 200 mark from an intraday basis, and then bounced back to close at 18,215. Going back to the 75-minute time frame, this is a test of the trend reversal. This is where we had the trend reversal, and this is the first correction. And so if we get a move tomorrow above this 100 points on the upside will be very, very easy for the index. On the other hand, there's a little bit of cause of concern as well. That is, we've had this sell-off and we've had this bounce back, and we've always know that for a multi-legged correction, the next leg falls further down. Of course, possibility of this further down opens up only once it breaks below 18,000, the psychological level for the index. So we are in a pretty interesting situation. Tomorrow we have the expiry, and we have a short-term trend reversal, and if we have a follow-through movement tomorrow above that 18,350 mark, then 18,450, 18,500 will not be an issue at all. On the contrary, a failure to go above 18,350 tomorrow or by day after tomorrow will definitely open up chances of this and maybe further down. That we will see how it plays out. The sectors were all mixed up. We've got media, metals, private banks. Bank Nifty is definitely slowing down, and it should, because it had a great run, and so it's slowing down, which is kind of okay. Let's use the word healthy. We can see this is the daily chart and how well extended the index is at the current juncture. Let it cool off a little bit, which will drag the index down with itself if it does so. But then you have the IT gained a little bit from its short-term supports. Sun Pharma was one stock which did well. Consumption, a little bit of movement from ITC we found, FMCG also there, but not much of a big movement. Only the PSU banking space was up 2%. Apart from that, nothing significantly worth noting amongst the sectors, either on the gains or on the losing side. If we take a look at the global markets, it is 8:14 p.m. The SGX is 67 points up. It's trading at 18,279. The US markets are marginally negative. So that's not a bad thing to keep in mind in tomorrow's open. Sun Pharma, as I was telling you, was a pretty good move in today's trade. Again, if you take a look at this list of 17 top stocks which makes up the Nifty, you've got a very well divided list here. Tata Motors cooling off, not given us this breakout. Again, you can put an alert here for Tata Motors. Definitely worth a breakout. Hindustan Unilever continues to weaken, but psychological 2400 I sense should provide us a short-term support. Tata Steel, Reliance, most of these counters which had a decent run before are essentially cooling off. They're slowing down. I would like to put in an extra word for Bharti Airtel from a slightly positional point of view. Bharti Airtel is clearly, I would rather use this, is clearly uh, made a range for itself here, which is close to that 710 to 720 zone. Erstwhile supports, then resistances. A breakout above this, and the stock should pick up fresh momentum. We've seen today, stock did move up there to check the supply, and the supply is still very much there intact. And so a breakout from this level would be an interesting and important one for the stock. From a short-term bounce back perspective, you can eye the IT pack, especially HCL Tech. We've seen it's a multi-legged correction for the stock, and it has created an inside bar in today's trade. Volumes stay pretty low. A look at the Heiken-Ashi also provides an inside bar. Daily range is contracting. So this guy is all poised. I think a 75-minute time frame will definitely show you some kind of a base formation down here. So a bounce back towards 1200 is, from a very short-term perspective, is likely. So I feel that, let's see if the index mirrors the movement as we see on SGX tomorrow morning, and if that happens, then we have a possibility that the Nifty might try its best to bounce back towards this level of 18,350. All eyes at this level for fresh upside momentum. We have expiry tomorrow, so we have to keep that in mind as well. All said and done, we'll see how we close tomorrow, at least this week. And I think at the close of this week, we will get some clarity about the immediate direction of the market. Till then, trade well.